back with more Doctor Who. Feels weird not saying Doctor Who Flux, but just Doctor Who again now. Yeah, this is Eve of the Daleks. It's the New Year's Day special. Happy New Year, everyone. And I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with this one. We kind of know they're doing it like a time loop-esque story. And so, therefore, limited kind of guest cast in there, limited locations and stuff that they can reuse because COVID, I would assume. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the previous two New Year's Day Dalek specials, so hopefully this is going to kind of continue that on and be a great third entry into that trilogy. And yeah, we're coming into a new year and the first of 3 specials, rounding off Jodie's tenure. So that's kind of sad in a way that this might be the last time she faces off against the Daleks, because we only have another 2 after this one. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. Connor's on his way, so yeah, I'm really, really hyped to have Doctor Who back. It feels like it's been ages since Flux. It's only been like 3 or so weeks, but I really enjoyed Flux, so I'm very excited to see what we have in store for us with this New Year's Day one. So yeah, let's just get into it.
Working in a business that you know I hate, but not as much as I hate you, Jeff. I do. You want to access your unit?
Yes.
Obviously.
Unit? They're back.
Remind me of the list of things that can't be stored.
That's a bit weird.
Yes.
Can you put a
Stolen
body
or
in
illegal
there?
goods?
See you next year?
Have you been practicing that?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, Nick.
The TARDIS will go into self-reset. We should, if I've got this right, which I'm sure I have.
That's a bit
Reset, you say?
Oh
Minimize the number of doors.
I think this isn't going to go very well.
no.
Oh dear.
Bye. Whoa. Red's never good. Hides
No.
the stains.
Oh,
Hides the blood stains.
I was going to say, I'm glad you clarified.
Oh.
Identify.
You identify.
I'm Nick.
That is my least favourite name.
You're done, Nick.
I am not Nick.
I mean, technically you are Nicholas Briggs, who voices the
Oh,
Daleks.
that's true, yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Seems a bit excessive to,
They're
To machine
compensating for
gun.
something, aren't they?
Sonic device will not override my weapons.
Yes, it does.
Daleks.
Ah, that's why they've got the different weapon.
Yeah.
Exterminate.
Oh.
Exterminate.
No.
Oh.
I was about to say, why don't you just leave?
Yeah.
And then they did this.
Oh.
Oh my god. How did you sneak all them in?
From beans.
Please don't kill me.
Exterminate.
We're dead. Second time round.
The inferior human is correct.
Oh.
This moment is the correction. There is no escape. Exterminate.
Oh. Oh, maybe it's not a Dalek controlled time thing then.
I've been killed twice by a woman.
Oh my god, me too.
There's so much in common now.
Are you from the council? Yes, we're here to control your building. And 3 of you on New Year's Eve. You make me sick.
This is where I keep stuff for women I'll split up with. Just in case they ever ask for it back. I don't want it in my eyeline. You know, at home, I have a very small.
Check it out, mate.
Her life's still out there.
Of course. Not all of them were serious. Some were just like a few.
I mean, murderers would also probably say yes. They are still alive.
yeah, yeah.
Why? So you can catalogue your monopoly.
I can't be as alive in Doctor Who. Oh no.
I do appreciate that Daleks are like just killing them and not being like,
Yeah.
I'll listen to you out.
You know, I said there's always another way out. Yeah, there isn't.
We're going to die.
But we're on this floor.
This time.
Yes. That's sweet intel.
The time loop shortening on each reset. Is that a good or bad thing? Not sure. Targeted execution of who?
Oh boy.
That's already my say.
I mean, that's not really a surprise, is it?
I'll keep the one on reception busy.
Don't know.
You two try and figure out how to stop all this.
Aw.
Anyways, I've got a plan. We're gonna get out of here.
What about the others?
Oh, literally not our problem. They'll be fine. Honestly, it's probably their fault that the robots are here in the first place, actually.
Identify.
Alright, mate. Are you new here?
I arrived one by
Just looking for the pills. Oh dear.
What a
No.
man. There goes my hero. It very much seems like they both have Stockholm Syndrome.
Why do you always put your stuff into storage just before midnight, New Year's Eve?
That's the time I know you'll be here.
Yeah.
Always as you know.
That is so stalkery.
I prefer unrequited.
I mean, you do see what he's doing with his ex's stuff, right?
Yeah.
If I wasn't going to
Oh,
Oh, God's
no.
sake, that's unlucky.
Oh.
Well.
The time loop was created by your TARDIS
Mm.
for your actions against the Dalek race. Which particular actions? Using the flux to destroy the Dalek war fleet.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
That good-hearted weirdos are actually the keepers. What?
Ah.
No, nothing.
Because
Oh,
she's a
yes.
weirdo with a good heart.
Stay here.
Two good hearts.
So if he doesn't survive this time, then there's not going to be another 5-2. There'll be 4 minutes to. And then he'll be dead. Properly.
Ah, what a boy.
Ah, good job. You played yourselves.
There was a lot of strategic analysis, weapons assessment, and battle-ready thinking.
Did you duck?
yeah.
I can make the Daleks think we're somewhere else. I can use my sonic to bounce our life signals off the wall, sort of sonic ventriloquism. It's my party trick. If I do it long enough to confuse the Daleks.
That is handy.
Wherever we want them
That's
to be.
convenient.
Yes.
We improve. We fail again. But better. We make friends. We learn to
It's the friends we made along the way.
Oh, no. Run, run.
So tired.
Same. Me an hour after waking up.
That's unfair! Daleks are not fair. Daleks are unstoppable.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Boy.
Well, this has gone badly.
Well, they tried at least.
Stop leaving us all the time. We're all worried, but I'm trying to keep everyone safe.
Doctor Who fans when they split them up every
Yeah. We found out there's only 3 episodes this year. I mean, she does have her reasons this time round. Like,
Never told her.
Is it that obvious?
yes.
You're good-hearted, really.
I've never told anyone. Not even myself.
Just tell her.
It's not that easy.
Oh dear.
Oh, heck.
Thought this episode was supposed to be funny. Thousands of people have just let out cries of joy.
Yeah.
Hundreds of others have denounced the show for the 50th time this year.
And goodbye to you. Oh.
Bad man. I don't understand what you're saying, Dad.
You do. But for some reason, you pretend to me and to her that you don't.
Uh-huh.
I just think myself to be none of these other stuff.
Yeah. I feel like
I mean, no. This isn't his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they're not his.
put this stuff back out there. Oh, my exes.
No.
No.
But there's fireworks in those boxes. Jeff, if we have the best chance, we need to
Jeff
be
is the
warned.
MVP. We've never even seen him.
It's a decoy loop.
Give them false information and change what they predict.
Bingo.
Oh.
Decoy plan. You know the plan.
That's quite clever.
Exit the ascension device.
The ascension device.
Oh dear.
Thanks for the therapy.
Oh, God. Kill him. Kill him! Yeah. The Daleks have killed so many people and no one at the same time.
Yeah. Oh no.
Zooming on the Irish dog. Oh, no. Happy New Year!
Ah.
Oh, boy.
Ah.
He writes fanfic.
Good display.
Isn't that the guy from her first one? He's like, I am important.
Yes.
We all say lots of things we don't mean.
That's what we do.
What was that the first thing? I feel like it was more meet cute.
Whee!
Paraquet.
Legend.
She killed my father and she released the
that-
demon.
Oh.
Sea devils!
Oh boy.
That was Eve of the Daleks. What did you think?
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed it. I think I'll probably have to rewatch it to sort of make sure I understand the whole time loop thing.
Yeah.
Because I might have missed a bit where they figured out it was going to end at midnight. Because all of a sudden they were just like, and then it's going to end, and then they knew it was ending at midnight.
Yeah.
I might have missed a line of dialogue that just said, it's whatever, which is fine. I think it was a missed opportunity to redo the TARDIS interior. I thought that's what they were going to go with it being,
But I suppose
being like whatever.
we're only probably hyping another 2 episodes.
I
Anyway.
know. But obviously, Matt Smith got a couple of versions, didn't he? And
Yeah, but they
I
kind of
thought
kept
they
on for Capaldi. So.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but
Yeah.
it seemed like it was a strange thing to be like, okay, let's reset it and then just keep it the same.
Yeah, I suppose that is what resetting kind of is in a way.
Yeah. But I kind of got the impression they do it, but that's not like a
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't do it kind of thing.
Doctor's ruined.
It's ruined. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought the Daleks was good use. In this one, it made sense. I don't think we've ever sort of seen at least in New Who, the Daleks like try and hunt down the Doctor before.
Yeah.
They've always coincidentally like coincided in their episodes. They've never like purposely tracked her and been like, we're going to kill you because you killed our entire fleet.
Yeah, I like that the Flux had like consequences in this one.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like they didn't mention the Flux or anything at all.
Yeah, and I mean, it could make sense from their point of view. Maybe they didn't realise the Sontarans would turn against them. Maybe they just thought, oh my god, the Doctor's killed all 3 of our species,
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to, it's good to see that impact, and to know the Daleks still out there. I'm sure a lot of people will be relieved. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because they would have just come back and it'd be like, whoops, we survived, as it always is.
Yeah.
So that's fine, because the whole Dalek species was wiped out in Journey's End, wasn't it? And then they were like, oh, we just fell back through time.
Yeah.
And then we created other Daleks, and then we just forgot about those Daleks and went back to the original Daleks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very good. I think the guest cast was pretty solid. I say guest cast.
All 3 of them.
The 3 ones and the 2 main and the one on the phone. So I thought that was done very well, especially restrictions obviously played a part, I think, in that, and they did it quite well. I think they did this one better than they probably did it in
Yeah,
Flux.
I think the time leap idea is just a very clever way of getting around.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and it worked very well.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining. I'll have to rewatch it again and see if I'm sold on their romance.
Yeah.
Because it kind of felt like halfway through they went, oh, let's just put them together. And as I mentioned, it feels like they both sort of had, or at least she had, Stockholm syndrome of we've been stuck in this time loop with each other, just each other. Guess we'll get together.
I guess because they did at least spend more than a minute together once a year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe it was
Because
always happening.
I get, he obviously only sees her, maybe a couple of times a year, definitely this.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't want to make the leap. She's pissed that she has to work on New Year's, so she's brash in the first place.
Yeah.
But him, keeping and organising his ex-girlfriend stuff.
That was
I think that's what sort of
bizarre.
tipped it over the edge of being like, do we like this guy?
Yeah.
Just have a normal storage stuff. I don't know.
It did feel weird.
But I
know
guess
it's quite like...
they needed a reason for him
it's
to go.
his excuse to go and sit, but
Yeah.
to label all of them is like...
Yes.
She doesn't know what you're storing. You don't
Yeah,
need to...
I think it would have been better if it was just it might have been a bit creepier, but it might have been better if it was just like, oh, this is just random stuff that I just brought every year because
I think that would have made a lot more sense.
because I just needed an excuse to find you.
I don't
to
think that
see
would have
you.
been as weird, no.
No, I inherited this storage container and now so I can see you, I come and put something in here every year. I don't know.
was bizarre.
That would have been a bit better, I think, but
I guess it was worth it for
I guess they
the
just-
Exterminate.
yeah, it
when
felt
the
like
Dalek-
they
the Dalek burns all
made
his
the
extra stuff.
exterminator joke. Went, how can we fit this in?
Can't believe that's the one reason the Daleks are in this, because they wanted
yeah,
that joke.
that one joke.
But yeah, I think it kind of won me around a bit more in the end. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think rewatching that will kind of
Yeah. I think that was
they
it.
definitely could have made it a bit less weird.
Yes,
But, you know,
yeah.
I guess people are weird. And they wanted to do the line about the weirdo with a good heart, and
Yeah, which
to do
is
the Doctor and
and
Yasmin
obviously, that leads on to the Doctor and Yaz's relationship,
Yes.
which I think was
Confirmed.
always going to come. I think it was just a case of if it was going to be explicitly like mentioned.
I
in the
always
show.
thought it was going to be one-sided, but I think she kind of she's feeling the
and
same.
I think
so.
I like that it comes now because it kind of implies that with Graham and Ryan, it was just sort of like they didn't pay attention to it, and it was sort of glossed over. With the fresh eyes of Dan, he's come in as somebody new to the thing and gone, hang on a minute, you two are basically partners in this, and I'm just a friend that tags along. And I think that also helps with the fact that they spent so long together.
Yeah, I did like that
traveling the world.
Was like their number one shipper.
Yeah, so I do like that, and I think it makes sense timing wise why it's coming now. I mean, there's probably the whole thing with right, we're going to throw everything in because she's only got 3 episodes left. We might as well just throw everything in and see what people want.
Yeah.
But this has obviously been something that a lot of the fan base have been crying out for.
Yes.
For a long time.
Since like her first series.
Yeah,
as well.
basically.
I wasn't even like, I don't see it then.
No.
But obviously now I can see it.
Yeah,
because it's very much
I think they've made more
what
of a
they're going
point.
for.
Yeah, they've made more of a point in Flux to
definitely
show that side of things, which is good. That means it's something that they're actively working on, not something that they've only just put in this one episode or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's probably come about after the response to series 12. Around that. Maybe they sort of put little bits in series 12 and then were going to go more into it this series if it was full.
Yeah.
So we might get a condensed version of their relationship in the next 2 episodes, because obviously there are only 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see where that goes for them as a couple.
Yeah.
Because the Doctor has relationships, at least in New Who. They've had relationships previously, so there's no reason. If people come out of this and say, "Oh, the Doctor can't have a relationship with a companion," then I'm going to be pissed, because obviously that's not true.
Yeah.
And that will just be
So I've never been big on it anyway. Yeah. But I think this is so monumental. This is kind of it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it, because most dramas have a romantic aspect to it.
Yeah, and just because of the very nature of the show. And it's always changing.
Yeah.
I think I just know, like, it's not going to last anyway, so I'm not going to get invested. I think that's also in the back of my mind.
Yeah, it always... The relationships are only really there to add in more emotional layers to the season finale.
But I've never seen, like, a cry out for a relationship in Doctor Who quite like this, so I'm glad they are doing it.
Yeah, because sort of, I think Rose and Ten naturally evolved in the series. Yeah. And it was part of what they were writing for.
The very nature of Billy Piper left, and, nothing was going to happen, and then...
Yeah, and that emotional thing really works. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah. I think people can not like it, but I don't know if there's a reason to not like it. If you get what I mean.
I think there are valid reasons. If your reason is I don't like seeing on-screen relations between 2 women, then you're wrong.
Yes, obviously.
I think there are probably other valid reasons, but
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
It's just because if you've just never been a fan of Doctor Companion romances,
maybe
that kind of thing,
Yeah, I guess.
But if you're like, oh no, 2 women.
Now all of a sudden I don't want it.
Yeah, now all of a sudden I'm like, I wonder what's the
especially with the Doctor being like
I'd be like, I don't want to talk to you about Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's the whole worry that if it was a male Doctor, they might be like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But now that it's a woman, they're like, oh, it's not. You can't do that. The Doctor can't do that. Blah blah blah. But we'll see. Whatever. Yeah, I think really good episode, and I'm obviously excited for the spring special. They've confirmed it's spring as well. By the way,
that's all I want to talk about. But I really enjoyed this one as well. I liked the Daleks in it, how ruthless they were, and the new weapon, like it was adapting because they realised like she could just stop our weapons. Apparently, she could do that. There was a lot of look at these tricks I can, like when she was like, I can convince them that I'm somewhere else.
Yeah, I think
there's a few things like that.
That's been a big criticism I think of Jodie's era, is that
there has
Sonic
been a lot
can
of
just
that,
do everything.
But you know what, it's fine. I'd rather that than the weird girls' friends stuff thing, to be honest.
So
there's that, and I liked how they kind of tricked them and defeated them, and they took a loop to convince them that they were doing something else, so the Daleks weren't around for them to actually do their proper plan. I thought that was very clever, as a solution. That was really fun. I'm very interested in the Doctor and Yasmin stuff. I didn't think I would be as much. Probably a couple of years ago, I'd have been like, But now I'm like, if I can do it.
Yeah, I think it makes sense story-wise to have it in now.
Yeah, especially because if it had been Graham and Ryan was with them the whole way, I think that was also it. The fact that it's just the 2 of them together, it makes a lot more sense. They'd be so much more close.
It makes sense story-wise.
that scene with Dan and Yaz talking about, I thought was really lovely.
Yeah.
I thought Mandip Gill was excellent in that scene as well, and John Bishop. So yeah, big fan of Dan being their number one fan. And
Yeah,
I like that they also brought up we spent 4 years together
I
traveling
know.
the world. And
Yeah, I do like how
You know, they
Flux was a thing.
she's
They're not
kind of
forgetting
spent
it.
more time with Dan than the Doctor.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So after
yeah.
4 years, she's still very much into the Doctor. So I think that's quite sweet that they're doing that. And it was an unexpected. I wasn't expecting anything like that. Maybe until Jodie's last one, if it's
Yeah.
going to be. But they directly addressed it here, so I'm sure we're going to get more in the next one, and then Jodie's last one. So that'd be really fun to see where that goes and unfolds. So I'm excited about that, and I'm very excited for the people who have really wanted that to happen for so long, because it's going to be quite wholesome to see people responding to that.
Definitely.
And I can find a lot of people to block on Twitter who didn't like it. So
Yes.
I'm happy to add to that list of hundreds of people. And yeah, Daleks were great. The guest cast, I enjoyed their performances. I really have to think on their characters, because
Yeah.
she was purposely unlikable, I think, at first.
She was like, because she was annoyed she
I
was
was
there.
like, you're just horrible. But also, you know, she was very valid in her reaction to
Yes.
the ex-girlfriend stuff, I
Yes.
felt. And then they had a go at her for it, being like, a bit harsh. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like exactly what they wanted us to feel about them at any given time, but I think they fundamentally achieved what they wanted to with that. So that was quite a nice arc for those two. And yeah, I don't really. It feels like there's not much to say, but because it's just like a time loop
Yeah,
thing.
I think it was a very.
I
solid
didn't get
episode.
bored. I didn't like,
No.
oh god, we're doing this bit again. Because I do think each loop was very, very different.
Yeah.
They're in different spots and stuff like that. So it wasn't like retreading anything. Because they could have easily been like, well, it's COVID, we can just reuse these same scenes again
Yeah.
and again. But they don't
Yeah, 'cause
really
it
do
wasn't
that.
that, yeah.
So they weren't lazy about the time loop idea, which I liked. So that was all very clever. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to watching it again. 2 episodes left of Jodie. But the next one has Sea Devils in it.
Yes, I think for this episode, it was very like, it was a basic sci-fi concept done well, which Doctor Who can do very well, and I think after sort of the complexities of Flux,
Yeah, I
this
wouldn't
is
have
a
wanted
good
something
palate cleanser,
as-
I think.
Yeah, because you think about all the different elements in Flux, and
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I can't
Yeah.
keep up with all. And then this is just Daleks in the
Yeah.
time loop.
and
Enjoy.
hopefully that'll be the case for the next 2 specials. Is they're just like solid standalone.
Yeah, I imagine
things,
it will be.
Which is
I would hope.
easy to do. And I
Yeah.
think that Jodie's last one's like a bumper one, isn't it? Like a whatever
hope
they
so,
call it. Like, It's
yeah.
probably gonna be like 90 minutes, I should think.
Yeah, maybe.
They
At
kept
least,
saying
like,
it was a.
75 or something.
I can't remember what words they used, but it like implies that it's longer.
Yeah, it's like a feature length special. or
That's
something,
it,
isn't
feature
Yeah.
length special, which implies 90 minutes or longer.
Yeah, so something like that. That'd be fun. But yeah, I can't believe we're getting Sea Devils back. That was a huge surprise to me.
The Thin Boys in
Thin
that one
Boys,
picture they released of them.
Yeah, I'm hyped as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone on record for years saying the one classic monster they hadn't brought back that I wanted them to bring back was the Sea Devils, and we're getting them, and I'm over the bloody moon, so I
It's
can't wait.
basically like the last of the big classic monsters,
think it
guess,
really
to,
is,
like,
yeah.
return, isn't it?
Yeah,
We've
because
had Sontarans already.
one
this
of the
season.
big iconic images of Doctor Who is the Sea Devil coming out of the water. You know, that's
With Ray-
often
with its
when you saw clips of classic Who, especially when the show was first coming
Yeah.
back and it wasn't as like,
popular.
that would be the image you'd see in
Yeah.
the Doctor and the Master with the Sea Devils. So it's really cool that.
And
they
it
come back
might
into
also tie in with the Master, considering that's, I assume, what Jodie's last one will be.
probably, yeah.
So
hope
Chibnall's
so.
probably thinking, what can we bring back? Oh, I know, the Sea Devils have
Yeah.
had it. Maybe the Sea Devils will be able to dispense of some information about the Master, maybe,
Yeah,
which
so
will be obviously a nice tie-in.
we'll
but
see. But that was complete surprise. It would have been interesting if they just hadn't revealed that, because
Yeah.
it was leaked that it's a pirate episode, and it kind of is, because like about this
Yeah.
female pirate and stuff. But there was nothing. There was not even a whisper of like Sea Devils are going to be in it.
But I guess they call it Legend of the Sea Devils.
Yeah.
So I guess they.
Well, when it first came up, like, oh, it's called Legend. Interesting.
Yeah.
I
They could
think
just put Legend of the Sea and then,
Legend of the
then
Sea
leave
or
it there.
something, yeah.
And then after the episode, put Devils.
That'd be great, because people thought like Resolution was going to be Resolution of the Daleks.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. But so that'd been crazy to actually sit down and watch that, and then the Sea Devils were in it. But I'm quite glad that they've revealed that.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
get the hype up.
I think that's what it is, isn't it? They need to be like, hey, look, it's not just a pirate episode, because the last pirate episode wasn't very good. It's not just a pirate episode. Look, these classic
Yeah.
villains are coming back, and they look new.
And this could
You
get
want to come and
people,
watch them?
like, who haven't like tuned in for a bit. Like,
Yeah, especially with them being
special.
standalone
and Sea
as well.
Devils. Like, I remember watching it when I was a kid. I watched
Yeah.
this one.
There won't be as much baggage either with standalone episodes as there has been
Yeah.
for the whole series. You know, people can just drop in and watch it on whatever day they put it out, and then be like, great, cool, see you next special.
Yeah.
Which is always handy to get new people on the show, and it could encourage them to go back through and watch however long they've missed.
Indeed.
Hopefully.
So yeah, I'm hyped as hell for that. Whenever we get it in springtime. I really enjoyed this episode as well. Happy New Year to all watching. I mean, it'll probably be January 2nd by the time I get this out, because hour-long episodes take ages to edit.
Yeah.
And the BBC might just block it, so we'll see.
That's true.
But regardless, I hope you had a jolly good New Year. We will see you for Legend of the Sea Devils, whenever it may be. And yes, until then, thanks for watching. Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye-bye.